to our kitchen. Today we prepare medieval pancakes with flowers from Anonimo Toscano's Libro della Cucina, a cookbook written in the 14th century in the Tuscan vernacular. We start with ingredients. We need flour, eggs, sourdough, aromatic herbs, lesser calamint and spearmint, and the flowers of savory, meadow sage, mustard, and wild roses. This recipe appears in both Anonimo Toscano's book and Liber de Cucina, and is called by different names: Fristella in the Latin source, and Crispelli or Fritello Baldine in the vernacular cookbook. We find this recipe among a series of methods for pancakes, both sweet and savory. The peculiarity of this dish is that it is made with flours, which must be added to a batter prepared with flour and egg whites. Yeast isn't mentioned in either source, but all the other pancakes are leavened. Anonimo Toscano recommends frying the herbs before adding them to the batter, but we preferred to skip this passage, following the author's directions to adapt the recipe to our taste. Both sources suggest coloring the pancakes as we like. Typical ways to color the dishes in the Middle Ages are with saffron or herb juice. To make the juice, pound aromatic herbs in the mortar, then add a little water and strain the liquid through a sieve. We have chosen some wild flowers that grow here in this season, taking advantage of these beautiful days for a hike. But you can use whatever flowers you have. If you want to make authentic medieval pancakes, use herbs available in the Old World, such as elderflowers, thyme, mint, marjoram, oregano, sage, lesser calamint, or borage flowers. We prepare a batter with 200 grams of flour, sourdough, 2 egg whites, warm water, and 2 pinches of salt. We let the batter rest for a few hours. It doesn't need to rise very much. We use the sourdough, the most common type of leaven in historical cooking. But we know from Pliny's Naturalis Historia that in the antiquity people used other leavening agents, such as fermenting grape must or ale foam. The use of sourdough or must continued through time, as confirmed by authors such as Costanzo Felici in the 16th century and Vincenzo Tanara in the 17th century. Then we mince the aromatic herbs and add them to the batter with the flowers. With this amount of flowers and herbs, you will get a very intense and aromatic flavor. If you prefer a milder taste, use fewer flowers and only one between spearmint and lesser calamint. Anonimo Toscano's recipes are not only easy to prepare, but also delicious for the modern palate. What makes the Libro della Cucina particularly interesting is that it doesn't rely on complex preparations or a long list of ingredients. Most recipes use ingredients that are still very common today and are easy to reproduce in our kitchens. The author often suggests variations in ingredients and methods, which you are free to choose according to your skill, experience, and personal taste, as Anonimo Toscano recommends. Our edition of Libro della Cucina comes with an introduction and notes to further enhance your reading and cooking experience. So if you're interested in exploring history through food, this cookbook is an excellent place to start. We fry the pancakes in lard, cooking them for a couple of minutes on each side. The author suggests frying them in cured pork fatback. We use the lard instead, but if you prefer, use olive oil. If you want to explore medieval cooking, we recommend our books, De Observatione Ciborum, Early Medieval Recipes at the Court of the Franks, and the Registrum Coquine, a medieval cookbook. If you are curious about the use of flowers throughout the centuries, read Early Italian Recipes, Vegetables, Herbs, Fruit, and Flowers. If you're interested in ancient food, check out Ancient Roman Cooking. To support our work, you can also buy us a beer and purchase our merchandise. You find all the links in the description below. These pancakes were aromatic and delicious, with a blend of flavors that made them unique. Using different types of flowers and herbs, the result would be completely different. We particularly appreciated the contrast between the sweetness of the roses and the spicy flavor of the mustard flowers, enhanced by the intense fragrance of the spearmint and lesser calamint. These pancakes are perfect on their own as a snack, or as intended in medieval cooking, served after the other courses in a refined banquet. If you're interested in ancient foods and flavors, subscribe our channel and consider supporting us on Patreon.